Alrighty, time for take number 2. Hey friends, it's Haley. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm bringing you the next installment of my long-awaited, or at least long-awaited for me, series, What's New in YA This Week, where I bring you all the YA titles I can find coming out the week of November 9th, 2021, which is Tuesday. Most books come out on Tuesdays for chart and shipping reasons, so all of the titles I'm bringing you today are being released Tuesday, November 9th, 2021. I already did a recording of this video and it somehow got lost on my iPhone. I don't know how. I had it all edited on iMovie and everything, and then it said that the video was lost and I was really upset. But now I'm just going to re-record it, and it'll be hopefully better this time because I've rambled quite a lot in the last one, so we'll see. So I have a grand total of 10 titles I'm bringing you today. I'm sorry I didn't get to this last week. There was just quite a few titles, like a lot of titles coming out, and I didn't have the time to do the research like I hoped I would. I wasn't feeling super well, so again, I'm going to try to do this series weekly, but again, with my health issues at the moment, it's kind of up in the air about how often I'll be able to do it, but I'm going to try to do my best to have it be weekly. Just a little disclaimer before we get started. I used Goodreads for all of my information, and where I could, I confirmed on authors' social media accounts. But if I get any of the release dates wrong, please let me know in the comments below. I know last time I did get release date wrong, and the author was kind enough to let me know. And so if that happens again, please do let me know, and I'll make sure to correct it in the comments and on Twitter and everything like that. I think that's all I have for you for the logistics of this vid, so let's just get right into the titles. Okay, first up we have All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody and Christine Lynn Herman. This is the first in a series, a duology according to Goodreads. There are only 2 books listed, but again, in the future that might change. Set in a remote town in which every generation, 7 families appoint a champion to fight to the death for control over a secret wellspring of high magic. And now, thanks to a tell-all book, the competition is now being thrust into the world spotlight and offers new chances for champions to win or possibly rewrite their own stories. The blurb reads, "You fell in love with the victors of the Hunger Games. Now prepare to meet the villains of the Blood Veil." So that's pretty dark, which is always interesting. I'm really excited to pick this one up. I'm a huge fan of Amanda Foody, and I'm really excited to see what she does with this, what she and Christine do with this premise and world building, so I'm really excited. Next up is Catch the Light by Kate Sweeney. It is a standalone, and it's described as a love story perfect for fans of Nina LaCour and Janny Nelson about a girl who moves across country and finds herself falling for someone new who throws her whole life out of order. It follows Marigold, who moves with her mom and sister from California to upstate New York after her father's death. She falls into a friendship with Jesse, a fellow photographer and kindred spirit, but matters are complicated by her relationship with her long-distance boyfriend, Bennett. So I'm really excited for this one. This one seems like a really interesting romance, and I have not read enough YA romances, so I'm really excited to pick this one up as well. And it's gotten really great reviews on Goodreads so far, so I'm really excited to see what it's all about. Next up, we have The Forgotten Memories of Vera by Anna Priemaza. And again, I'm probably pronouncing so many authors' names incorrectly. I'm so sorry. A lot of times there isn't really a good available resource for me to determine how the author's name is pronounced. So if I get your name wrong, please let me know in the comments and I will correct myself in the future. But this is a standalone. It's a contemporary novel with a slight fantasy twist featuring a world where everyone has a little bit of magic to help them through the day. It follows Vera and her best friend Riven, who both feel as though they're forgetting something important and set out to discover what it is. It's described as a YA novel about memory, love, grief, and the invisible bonds that tie us to each other. This one sounds really interesting as well. I love a little magical realism, so this one is marketed as that, and I am really excited to check it out. Okay, the next book, I'm a little unsure on the release date because Goodreads said it was originally published in September, but I saw it on several lists that are talking about books that come out in November. So I'm just going to talk about it now, and please correct me and let me know if it already came out, and if, but I believe that at least one version of it is coming out November 9th. So that is, Himawari House by Becker. Again, I'm probably mispronouncing that. I'm so sorry. It's a standalone, and it's a graphic novel, and it follows 3 foreign exchange students and the pleasures and difficulties of adjusting to living in Japan. I'm really excited for this one because I have not read enough graphic novels, and I'm super interested in any stories that deal with like studying abroad, living abroad. I have always wanted to study abroad and to be a foreign exchange student of some sort. COVID kind of put that to a stop for like a lot of us, but I really am interested in, like, other cultures and learning about other cultures and, like, meeting people from other countries and just, like, exchanging information and culture and all that sort of stuff. So I'm really excited to see if I can pick this one up in my local bookstore. Next up is Margot Mertz Takes It Down by Carrie McCrossen and Ian McWethy. This is the first in a duology according to Goodreads. And it was originally titled Margot Mertz Will Clean Your Filth. So if you had that on your TBR under that name, just know that it has changed to Margot Mertz Takes It Down. It's described as Veronica Mars meets Moxie in a hilarious and biting YA contemporary. And it follows Margo, a girl who runs an internet cleanup business and embarks on a quest to take down a revenge porn site targeting the girls in her school. This one sounds awesome to me. I'm all for girls, like, taking things into their own hands and just, like, trying to, like, settle the score. I really am interested in, like, the legality of revenge porn and, like, banning it and how, it's an issue that's really important to me. So I am really excited to see, like, it dealt with in a YA novel. I've seen it, like, done it a couple of other times in YA novels, but this seems to be, like, the major focus, so I'm really excited to see what the authors do with it. And I'm really excited to pick this one up because I also love just Veronica Mars, so... Next up is The Reckless Kind by Carly Heath, and it is a standalone, and it's described as a genre-defying YA debut. It's a queer historical novel, and it follows Asta, a girl living on an island just west of Norway in 1904, who shuns marriage to her odious betrothed and moves in with her friends Gunnar and Erland, with whom she performs at the village theater, and Gunnar and Erland are secret boyfriends, so there is queer representation in this. And the three seek to win the village is annual horse race in order to secure enough money to support their way of life. This one just sounds super interesting. I'm super into historicals, and this one just sounds like nothing I've ever read before, nothing I've ever really seen done before. I really want to check this one out and see, like, the setting seems super interesting, the premise seems super interesting, and plus it's about people who are into theater, so that's always a plus for me. Next up is Roxy by Neal Shusterman and Jarrod Shusterman. It is a standalone, and it's a thriller sci-fi novel that explores the opioid crisis. It's set in a world in which drugs such as Oxycontin and Adderall are personified as characters. And it follows Isaac and Ivy, siblings who get caught up in a bet between Roxy, which is Oxycontin's name, and Addie, which is Adderall's name, and are each drawn to a drug for different reasons. And I really am excited about this one. I have not read enough. I've read a lot of nonfiction about the opioid crisis, but I've not read a lot of fiction that deals with it. And I'm super interested in seeing how this world handles that issue and seeing exactly how the story plays out, because it seems it's obviously a bit of a sci-fi setting, but it seems like it also deals with the realities of drug addiction, and so I'm really excited to see this tackled in a YA novel. I don't think I've seen that before, so I'm really excited to read this one. Next up is Sway With Me by Syed M. Masood, and this is a standalone, and it follows Arsalan, a Pakistani-American boy who lives with his great-grandfather. Arsalan will be all alone after his great-grandfather dies, so he turns to Binish, the stepdaughter of a prominent matchmaker, to find him a life partner. She agrees in exchange for Arsalan's help in ruining her sister's wedding with a dance she's been forbidden to perform, and it's described as a Daisy rom-com with dancing, which just sounds really fun and really interesting. I'm super excited for the representation in this book, and I'm super excited to get a fun rom-com that deals with dancing, because it sounds like nothing I've ever read before, and it just sounds like a lot of fun. So next up we have Year of the Reaper by Makiia Lucier, and this is a standalone. It's a historical fantasy, and it's set in a world in which two countries have been at war for half a century and is struck with a horrible plague just as a peace agreement through marriage is taking place. It follows Cass, a young lord who returns home to find that his castle has been used as a refuge by the royal court and becomes embroiled in the secrets and intrigues that follow the royal family. This one just sounds super interesting to me. It sounds right up my alley. I'm really into, like, political intrigue, historical novels, historical fantasy novels are sort of, like, my jam. Just everything about this book just, like, screams that it would work for me, so I'm really excited to check it out and get, reading this one. This probably is my most anticipated book of this week. And plus the cover is just, like, super awesome. And last but certainly not least, we have You've Reached Sam by Dustin Thao. This one is a standalone, and it's described as If I Stay Means Your Name. It follows Julie, a 17-year-old girl whose boyfriend Sam dies And desperate to hear his voice, Julie calls Sam's phone to listen to his voicemail, and Sam picks up. It sounds like a really emotional, heartbreaking read, so I'm really interested in seeing where this one goes. It seems like it's about, like, friendship and loss and first love and grief and letting go, and I just think those are really interesting issues to tackle for a YA book, really important issues, so I'm really excited to read this one. I know I've said that about every novel, but I am always excited with the YA that's been coming out lately. It seems like there's so many interesting premises, so much good representation, just so much unique, like, things that are happening in the publishing world, so I'm really excited. So doing these lists is always super fun because I get exposed to books I might not have heard about, books that might not get as much attention as some of the bigger releases. And I'm really excited to check all these out. And I'm excited to hear what you guys are most excited for this week. So please let me know in the comments which of these sounds the most interesting to you. And then let me know what other content you'd like to see from me if you're interested in my upcoming reading vlogs, because I'm still working on my Hathaway reading vlog. If you're interested in more TBRs, more wrap-ups, that sort of thing, if you're interested in book reviews, just let me know anything. If you're interested in this series, let me know just everything that you'd like to see from me down in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you check these books out if they interest you, and maybe hopefully support your local bookstores if you can. And I will talk to you guys next time. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.